debt is a key area that we support with, and we work with customers that have to manage customers that are in debt. And this is probably a bit more innovation in what would be considered future thinking in some organizations, but some customers who want to discuss a debt matter don't necessarily want to deal with a human agent.
Yeah.
It's
embarrassing, isn't it?
For many reasons. You know? I don't want to wear my dirty laundry to another person who might judge me.
Yeah.
And so we've seen some technologies that can support that. Does that feel like an innovation that will start to take real form in the contact centers that we support, where you're talking about using a virtual agent or a virtual assistant to be able to help with capturing your financial situation to help build a repayment plan or support with that? Is that something you see as being a supporting factor?
Really valuable. But I think it's how well it's deployed and how appropriate it is, and is it easy for the person themselves without any help to fill in the forms that you need to fill in, do all of that stuff. Because, I mean, I don't know when I last filled in an income and expenditure form. I'm not sure if I ever have, and then suddenly if that descends on you, what's this, what's that, how do I find out these bits of information? But I guess it's the appropriateness, isn't it? So while Luke might be happy using the technology to do that and to fill it in, I might want to ring up and speak to you. I should be able to ring up and speak to you to do that form. Luke should be able to use the technology. But absolutely, to have the different options there, but it has to work. There is nothing worse than the minute you start that conversation. I don't understand you. Could you please rephrase that? And if you are offering that service, then you need to make sure that you've got those appropriate answers.
I think you touched on a really important point. That I think the key for all of it, regardless of whether it's related to debt or just any other type of interaction, is choice. So it's not, too often, I guess, the industry has been encumbered with, well, the older generation don't like using technology, therefore our customer base is older and therefore we won't deploy it, and it's just ridiculous. So I think the important thing is to have the choice available to the customer for the channel of their preference, or the channel or the route or the method of their preference, and then being able to effectively deploy it. So as you rightly said, there's numerous examples of chatbots being deployed and the like, and failing miserably in what they were supposed to do, and then ensuring that the resolution and the customer outcome is achieved regardless of the route they take. There's examples in kind of regulation around sludge practices and the like, where maybe we've all seen it, right? You want to take out a new contract with somebody, you go through to the sales line because and that's going to be answered quickly. Whereas if you want to cancel, dear God help you. So you end up trying to fudge your way through an IVR system to achieve that. So I think there's more regulation coming which will help, but ultimately I think the important concept to bear in mind is to have the choice for the customer and enable them to achieve their outcome through that journey.
And I think it's thinking about when they can do that, isn't it? Because if somebody is working 9 to 5, we're very lucky. If we wanted to take or make a personal phone call, we pretty much can. When your meetings are, when you do this. If you are an agent on the phones, or if you are, a customer working out, I don't know, you're a nurse, you can't in the middle of your day go, oh gosh, well, they're only up until 5 o'clock. I need to ring them to speak about this really distressing matter. It's actually, have you got the support in place for your customers outside those hours? Because chances are, specifically debt, it's keeping people awake at night. And actually, if there are things that they might want to do, complete, fill in, ask questions, at least say, could you ring me on Saturday at 10 o'clock because I know I'll be free? Something like that is far more supportive than just saying we're here 9 till 5 and we expect you, Mr. Customer, to fit into that, when it's just not feasible.